Uh, don't look at me like that, Alec. I don't know how to be a YouTuber, okay? So for D&D Against Humanity, the rules are fairly simple. I, as the Dungeon Master, will take out one black card, and from there, we will try to generate a quest based off of that. All three of us have 5 white cards that we can essentially use to alter the game in some way. They replace dice rolls like checks, certain events like critical fails and critical successes, and whatever else you've seen in my compilations that don't come to mind at this very specific moment. So for this part, you use 3 cards, replacing them after you use them to create a character. Alec, would you like to?
Yeah. So I got Skippy, the bush kangaroo, who is so cool that he rides a motorcycle and enjoys shitting in a wizard's spell book and jizzing in his hat. Good day, mate.
No. My character, Jesus, how the fuck am I going to do this? Is a Dell computer whose armor is the Grinch's musty, cum-stained pelt, who has an affiliation with doing the right thing.
Well, that's not too bad.
I think it's a pretty solid cast we got going here.
Look what the adventures you made me do, Chris.
So, the sun is shining. A beautiful, beautiful city known only as the city of masturbating. Masturbating is a small port town. It has 2 large towers, each flanked by what appear to be domes of a sort. Occasionally, the tower will send out a large symbol into the sky, a spout, if you will, to gather the attention of all around. But one day, the alarms, the symbols didn't show. The fireworks didn't go off. No spouting of any sort occurred on this day. Bushy and I'm just going to call you Dell for now. You find yourselves gathered in the town square. It's the average day. As all of that excitement fizzles out, seeing that the one event of the day has failed to happen, it's caused a bit of a stir from then when out of the sky, this large symbol taking the form of girls, just a whole bunch of girls appear in the clouds and say, "This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with Chris forgot to replace his 2 cards, but with vigorous jazz hands as an earthquake."
Oh, no!
What do you guys do as the earthquake begins to shake the very foundation of the city of masturbation?
So I rev up my motorcycle and I go, Dell, get on the motorcycle!
Yep. Dell is gonna jump onto the motorcycle and reach into his pouch and pull out. Oh no. Pull out anal beads.
Good thinking, Dell.
And rub them in his hands and summon Neil Patrick Harris to aid us in this adventure.
Neil, you're our only hope.
Appears from, like a genie's lamp. Neil Patrick appears in a cloud of smoke, flanked by what appeared to be musical accompaniment from that one episode of Batman the Brave and the Bold where he plays the Music Meister. I don't think I'm allowed to use that song in this episode, but just that's the soundtrack for this evening. And as he does, he looks to you and says, "My liege, what do you request of me?"
You see, Neil, this fuck. The sprouts did not happen today, and we need to know why. If you look to the sky, you'll see girls. And we need to stop them.
I think the only way to stop them is hidden directories full of clown porn.
Neil Patrick Harris looks to the two. I make this a thing. Anyway,
You
Neil
did
Patrick
this.
Harris.
You
What
did
did you
this.
expect to happen? Like,
Neil Patrick Harris looks to the two of you and says, "Of course, I know a place, a person that we can get such a wealth of treasure. I don't know what to refer to this this cavalcade of clown porn to be, but if we can find the Milkman, I think he might be able to point us in the right direction."
All right, I will rev up the motorcycle, and we're gonna head off to find the Milkman, away from the girl jazz head earthquake.
You leave
give me a
the
minute. Let me
site.
just write down my notes. Stop the girls doing jazz hands. Find the Milkman.
For clown porn.
Or nope.
That's the thing.
That's where
Nope.
you draw the line. of of all the people I could have chosen for this, I had assumed that Alec would be on board, but I'm so sorry, Odin, that I've dragged you into this.
We're here now.
Going to
It's
the
fine.
Milkman.
The motorcycle revs and charges off into the surrounding forest, the bush, if you will, as the sight of masturbating gets smaller and smaller over the horizon. You see this large amount of girls in the sky, their jazz hands laying waste to the town itself. But a single mission in mind. You eventually make your way towards the domain of the Milkman. How do you find this place, this sub-dimension?
So I
Go for it, honestly.
by wiping her butt with the card I drew.
Whose butt?
So I reach into my bag, and I don't want to do this. It's gotta pick a different card, or do I have to keep going with this card?
You can pick a
I'm
different
picking
card.
a different card. This is so much work. This is just as bad. Pamela Anderson's boobs running in slow motion.
You
In
follow
the hypnotic
jiggle.
pattern, they point the way to milk, and we find our way to the
It's-
Milkman's house.
It's like that
That's-
scene in Adventure Time where you cross the eyes and it brings you into like the hell dimension. It's kind of like that, except it's two boobs. As this hypnotic trance carries your bodies and lifts your souls from the material plane, you find yourself in the domain of the Milkman, a large individual flanked by armies of sentient milk canisters. Milk isn't even delivered anymore. I don't really know what else to decorate this place with other than just walls and walls of fridges chocked full of ice cold milk. You can see him sitting on his dairy throne as he looks to the two of you, technically three, counting Neil Patrick Harris, and says,
Yeah, what does he say? Go on.
What does he say?
he says,
Tell me.
magnets. How do they work? He's playing with two of them and he just can't figure it out.
Daryl, you got this one.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, this is bad. Milkman, there is a great threat upon us in this world of the girls doing jazz hands. And we have come to you for your clown porn to aid us in this battle. Can you help us?
The fact that we managed to drag Odin into this
It's
funnier than any joke we could make in any of our videos.
I'm trying. Like,
You're doing
I'm
great,
so
buddy.
proud of you. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm more than happy to.
He looks to the two of you and says, What can you offer me in return? What do you have to convince me? What do you have to say? What do you have to gift the milkman? He who owns all milk and dairy.
Hold on.
I can offer one thing if you got to look through Alec.
Go for it.
I have something many a man struggles to find. It is something many a man has found to be a myth, as they have searched and searched and searched and never found it. But I did. I offer to you, Milkman, the clitoris.
Oh, you found the clitoris!
My God! I searched for years, but never found such a treasure. For this, in exchange, I will gift you all the clown porn I have in my possession.
Right.
Where did you find such a treasure, Dell?
I didn't do it alone. For it was my ally here who will tell you of our victory.
You son of a bitch.
Have it back.
You see, we discovered the clitoris while
Say it.
Go on.
getting eaten out while on the phone with Dad. And you see, while that was happening to me, Dell here was sanding off a man's nose down to the clitoris. And that's where we discovered it. It's under a man's nose. That's because that's the joke. It's right under a man's nose the entire time. And so we sanded down a man's nose till we found the clitoris under his nose.
Of course. The more you explain it, the more it makes sense.
Please, I think I've given enough details.
Of course, of course.
I defer to
Please,
Dell for
please.
any further details.
I have no further details, Your Honor.
Understood. Well, to channel the power of my hidden stash of clown porn, there is one thing you must do. When you find yourself in front of your enemy, these girls of which you speak, I need you to think long and hard about the magic of live theater. Just think about it deep in your brain meat, and it will come to you. It will appear to you in the form of Ronald Reagan.
No.
All right, not Ronald Reagan. If you're not for the Reagmeister,
No.
it'll show up in the form of self-loathing. Is that better?
That's so much better.
You watch as he tosses the body of Ronald Reagan out the window, out his milk window.
Good riddance.
Fuck that guy.
Didn't know you were gonna think I'd make this political, but
Obviously,
We're here
D&D
now.
Against Humanity is where you get all the hot takes.
yeah. You know, my political party is pixelated bukkake. All right, we're gonna go.
Please leave.
Dell, unless you got anything else.
I'm leaving.
All right. We're going to hop back on my spirit motorcycle with Neil Patrick Harris and go back to the town of masturbation to
All
face
right.
the vigorous girl jazz hand earthquake squad.
And
As
to
you-
hype us up in this moment, I will pull out a lute and play rap music
Let's go.
to hype us up and bring us inspiration of sorts.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at
sure.
myself and realize there's nothing left.
Why was
All
I
right.
thinking of Vanilla Ice? Just ice.
Well, you're with two white guys, so
It makes sense.
Stop, collaborate, and listen. As you three make your way back to the city of masturbating, you notice that the town itself, the buildings have crumbled. The people scatter in the streets, screaming, yelling for help. And far in the distance, just in the town center, you see what used to be one of the grand towers, the mighty Spurtmeister Mansion. This tower has crumbled down to its foundation, and the loose stones have been used to build back up into a yes.
How do you spell Spurtmeister?
He's taking notes.
Spurt Meistr. Spurtmeister.
Continue.
Of course. Yeah, no, absolutely. I know how invested you are in this campaign. Always remember, kids, Odin, great player in D&D. Definitely should include him in more stuff. Anyway, the loose stones of the Spurtmeister Mansion and Tower have coalesced into a monument to their evil, to their sinister nature, and has appeared in the form of a Chili's franchise.
Chili's, no!
They don't have that where I'm from.
What do they have where you're from?
What's the equivalent of a Chili's?
Friction.
That tracks. You know, all right. Okay, so we have to think about, what were we supposed to think about again?
Just focus in on that in on the clown porn. Picture it in your mind, and it'll appear in the form of self-loathing, is what the milkman said.
So I'm gonna project my thoughts forward towards the girls who are building their evil chilies, and I'm gonna think about clown porn, and I'm gonna project the image into their mind, and they're gonna see them walking in on their dad peeing into their mom's mouth, but as clowns.
All right, Kermit. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I chose a voice and I'm sticking with it.
No, I applaud the commitment to character.
I'm Skippy the motorcycle jizzing wizard.
As you do this, you're
Go on.
You picture home, the idea of what the city once stood for, the smiling faces, the summer days, the wind in your hair as you rode your motorcycle on the perimeter of town. Every so often, a person would yell out to you, "Welcome to masturbating. Thank you for visiting masturbating. You are the hero of masturbating." And it's that inspiration, that vision in your mind that inspires the two of you to project this image of clown porn into these girls' minds. And as they shake and shiver, collapsing under the weight of not that kind of shiver. Not that kind of shit. God damn it. As they collapse under the weight of this most powerful vision, they take the form, their final form, truly, of an old guy who's almost dead. And not only that, he is equipped with the mighty power of not wearing pants.
Dear God.
Oh, Del, what are we gonna do?
As he emerges from the chilies, destroying what was already made out of loose stones, scattering them across the city. He strikes down on you with his most powerful attack. 50,000 volts straight to the nipples.
Oh, dear God.
My nipples! Do something, Del!
I'm on it. I'm going to use fucking 3 in 1. Watch this shit. You ready?
Let's go. I'm ready for it.
You will see Del frolicking toward to the old man who's almost dying, pulling out flavored condoms and launching them towards the old man, giving it a fair go.
All right. I like it.
You give it a fair go, all right. And in this instant, I will let you choose 1 through 5. That'll be the result of your attack.
Light the L music from Death Note plays.
2. As you give it a fair go, launching your flavored condoms, this frolicking strike time almost begins to slow down around you. You can feel your heart beating a mile a minute. You can feel the eyes of everybody in the town of masturbating on you, thinking of what awaits you at the end of this quest. And as the strike finds purchase in the heart of this old man on the brink of death, you reduce him to the form of dead parents. The day is
Let's
won.
go! You did it, Dell!
I high five Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, man. All right, well,
With the day saved, the city of masturbating averted a terrible crisis. Thanks to the brave soldiers, Dell and was it Bushy?
Skippy, the bush kangaroo.
Skippy, the bush kangaroo. The terrible might of girls was defeated. That's D&D Against Humanity. I'm your host, Hamasama-kun. Here to tell you that D&D is a lot of fun. I want to thank my two guests, Alec the Bard and Odinson, for joining me on this adventure. Hopefully this didn't traumatize them too much, and I can have them on another episode in the future. But until then, I will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.